Let's go.
Hello, good evening, or should I say, is it good afternoon? Early evening, and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I'm here with your live watch along for Aston Villa versus Young Boys in the Europa League. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help us on the road to 10,000 subscribers. It feels like a long time since I've done one of these. Obviously, I was at Ellen Road for the Leeds game, and before that, we've had international break, so good to get back on doing the live watch along, getting involved in a bit of commentary, bit of banter. So keep your comments flowing. We'll obviously build up to the game, talk about the starting lineup, quite a few changes, especially after the win on Sunday, and then heading into Wolves this coming Sunday as well. And hopefully an opportunity for a number of players to get back into some form and to show Unai Emery what they're all about and what they can offer. So we'll get into that. I want your score predictions as well in the chat. And yeah, we'll obviously talk, get all the young boys puns out of the way. I don't want to be clipped up talking about how, yes, brah, we're excited for young boys. We don't want to be getting involved in all of that. And but yeah, we'll get that all out the way at the start. But I think this is a good opportunity for Villa. We obviously had the poor result against Go Ahead Eagles. Then we beat Maccabi Tel Aviv. So this is a good opportunity to get another win on the board. I think this is our second from last home game. We've got Fenerbahce away to come. We've got Basel away to come. And then we've got RB Red Bull Salzburg, I think. So this is a good opportunity to get a good result, get 12 points on the board in the Europa League. And I think then, 2 wins, winning a draw might even be enough to seal that top 8 spot. So, and it's important to keep that momentum going, to keep that winning run going. As I said, give some players an opportunity to get minutes and state their claim as players who can get into that first 11. And we've talked about it, me and George, on Tuesday, with Dan the other night as well, about how Unai Emery can utilize this squad now. He's got a brilliant squad. There's probably 1 or 2 areas where he needs maybe a couple of additions, but generally a really, really good squad to utilize. So players need to make sure that they're giving everything and making sure they're making it difficult for Unai to not pick them when it comes to the Premier League games. But also, this is an important competition as well. We know how important this competition is. So it's a route into the Champions League. It's a tournament that Unai Emery knows how to win. We've certainly seen games in this competition this season where we've kind of played a little bit within ourselves. I don't know if we'll have anything different about that tonight. I think if we can get the early goal, I think if we can get control of the game, I don't think there'll be too much kind of physical exertion. But, the opposition is going to say something about that, and they're going to want to win as well. So we'll discuss their side and where they are in the Europa League as well. But starting lineup, let's take a look. A few changes. We've got Emi Martinez in goal. Victor Lindelof is showing there as being a right back, and Lamar Bogard and Pau Torres in at centre back. Ian Matson in at left back. Then we've got Yuri Tillemans and Amadou Onana in central midfield. And we have Evan Gesson, Morgan Rogers, Jadon Sancho behind Daniel Marlon. Now, many of you have been discussing about the Ollie Watkins versus Daniel Marlon issue. It's time now. Daniel Marlon's got his opportunity in the Europa League. He's played well in this. I think it might have been the Bologna game where he looked really good up front. And if we can get him in behind, and we know what he's like with his shooting. We know that he just shoots on sight. As soon as he sees that net, as soon as he sees the post, he's hitting a shot. And that's what we want. We want direct pace. We want power. And we want players stretching the defence. That then gives the space for Sancho, Morgan Rogers, and Evan Gesson to play and to operate. We know that they can carry the ball. Sancho's got that skillful ability. He can play passes through the lines. Morgan Rogers, brilliant running with the ball. Evan Gesson, once he gets going, can run with the ball. But he's obviously going to have to provide cover to Lindelof at right back. That's the only position I'm not sure on. And would it be a surprise if Lamar Bogard plays at right back and Victor Lindelof plays right centre back? I would prefer that, if I'm being honest. I would prefer that. I'm not sure on Victor Lindelof at right back. He's just never really impressed me at all. Doesn't seem comfortable in that position. I'd actually rather him in that defensive midfield position than at right back. But yeah, we'll see what that comes out with. And just 4-1 Villa and a Sancho goal tonight. 3-0 Villa, says Captain Hindsight. The Bra says Villa have to keep the momentum. Absolutely. Michael, my 5-year-old daughter and I were just singing 12 Days of Christmas with Villa players and their shirt numbers. Mings works out perfect and Martinez has to be number 1, but it works well. I don't know if I'll be singing that, but if you can say it, we'll get the lyrics. I'll get one of the lads to sing it on the Christmas. Maybe if we do another Villa round table, we've got one hopefully scheduled just before Christmas. So we'll get all of us to get involved in that maybe. Hello, mate. Great to have you on another Villa podcast. Great to have you on, mate. Thank you very much. Make sure you're smashing the like button and the subscribe button if you've just joined us. Let's get loads of us in the chat. Keep your score predictions coming in. Gig says 3-0 Villa, Marlon, Sancho, and Onana. That will be a good score, and it'd be nice to get Sancho off the mark. There's a couple of you there saying Sancho getting off the mark. Let me just see if I can bring on the young boys team. Let me just make sure we can all see that. I think we can see. I don't know. Hopefully we can all see that. So they've gone for Keller in goal, Janko, Zukru, Benito, Hajam at the back, Rav Olesen and Lorpa in midfield, Males, Peck, Fasnat, and Cordova up front. Now, I can't say I know too much about those players, but they are second, I believe, in their league. In terms of Europa League competition, they currently sit 22nd in the table. They've won 2 and lost 2, and they lost their last game. So they lost their first game in the competition, then they won back-to-back, and then they've recently just lost in their last game, sitting just above Nottingham Forest, actually. So Forest in 23rd position on 5 points. Young Boys on 6 points in 22nd. Villa currently in 6th position on 9 points. One of 4 teams to be on 9 points. Only Midtjylland have a 100% record at the moment. In terms of their top scorer in this competition, Montero is their top scorer. Doesn't look like he's playing tonight. If I just have another little look at their team. Is he playing? Doesn't look like he's playing. And so, yeah, they haven't got their top scorer in the competition playing. Cordova looks like their striker. He's Venezuelan, 28 years of age, hasn't scored any goals in this competition yet. In terms of the league, he has 2 goals and 2 assists from 6 starts. Has appeared in 12 matches so far. So I wonder if they're making 1 or 2 changes for their side. That will be interesting to see. Dominic Peck, 19-year-old Czech Republic player. So obviously quite a tricky player on loan to Young Boys at the moment. But only played 8 times, only started 3 matches and has 1 assist. So looking at their side, that does look like they're making one or two changes. So be interesting to see how they approach this game as well. So that'll be interesting to see, if they've made quite a few changes as well. Great to have you in, Jimmy. 97 Davey, good evening. We'll take a win by any means. Marlon is on fire. I reckon he'll score 2-0 Villa. And just got Marlon down for a brace tonight. So let's say this. You've got Daniel Marlon with 2, Jadon Sancho with 1. Who's getting the other one? And yeah, we want Sancho to start contributing. And I guess, what are the thoughts on it? It seems all right in recent weeks when he's played, but I haven't seen a lot. He's been okay, I would say. Hasn't really set the world alight in terms of performances. I was annoyed with him the other day against Leeds. He came on and looked quite busy when he got on the ball, but there was a time where there's a bit where he bottled a challenge, and you cannot do that. And he almost put us in danger, and you absolutely cannot do that. That is a cardinal sin, in my opinion. So that was disappointing from Jadon Sancho to bottle the challenge. So I'm hoping he's learned from that, and I'm hoping for a good game. We should have plenty of the ball. He's a type of play we will need in this type of game, because I can imagine a defensive setup from young boys initially, at least, and then try and catch us on the break. So that will be something that we need, is trickery. I just want him to beat players. I really want him to get to that byline, beat 1 or 2 men, and start putting balls into the box, or start just having a bit of confidence to shoot. But that's exactly the same on the other side as well. I want the same from Evan Gesson as well. Start running with the ball, start beating players, start showing how good you are as a footballer, and start, causing teams problems. I know Unai has his certain ways, and he wants players to do certain things, but he's certainly not going to tell you to not attack. He's certainly not going to tell you to not try and beat your man. So that's what I want. I want to see from some of those attacking players. And with Onana and Tielemans behind, they should have enough security to get forward. Good evening to you, Manny. Hoping for a 3-0 win, but once again, that defence worries me. Elliot in the squad, a sympathy inclusion, perhaps, maybe. I mean, we'll see whether he comes on. I mean, there's 11 subs or something like that. So, he's got his pick of what substitutes he can make tonight. Also, Garcia's on the bench, which is good to see. It'd be nice to see him make an appearance. So would he maybe get a game, which would be interesting to see. And good evening to you, Rachel. I hope you had a good birthday as well the other night. So players are in the tunnel for me. I've got Pau Torres and Victor Lindelof on screen at the minute. Yuri Tielemans is captain for tonight, and good for him. Obviously, Emi Martinez now not part of that leadership group, which is interesting. He is about 5th in line in the team. He's coming more to the front now. Oh, the young boys manager looks very smart, slick back hair. Good evening to you, Prez. Good evening to you, Duncan. Great to have you all in the chat. And as I say, players just lining up in the tunnel now. We're about a minute away from kickoff. And this is quite an important game for Villa, because we don't want any more slip-ups in this competition. We've seen, obviously, what's happening in the Champions League. I mean, those results yesterday. I mean, the last 2 days. Newcastle, after winning, getting beat. Liverpool, what is going on with Liverpool at the minute? Arsenal, great result. Tottenham, a decent performance, but you can't be conceding 5 goals against PSG. So some strange results, and then obviously Chelsea getting a good result as well. Teams coming out now. But yeah, get the likes up. Listen to Prez, get those likes up. There's over 50 of you in the chat. So if you have the ability to just tap the like button, just duck out of it, hit the like button and jump back in, that'd be brilliant. Can we get to 30 likes on the chat? Steve, they won 4-0 and 5-1 the last 2 matches. Okay, interesting. And Sean is going very positive. 9-0 Villa tonight. I cannot see that, unfortunately. Even if we were absolutely dominating, I can't see that. I'm afraid. Lots in the away end tonight. Obviously, a bit of a difference in away ends from the last game against Tel Aviv, which we won't go into right now. But good to see a full packed away end for this game. It obviously adds to the atmosphere. It was a very strange atmosphere, wasn't it? The game before, teams now just lining up with all the mascots and I wonder if they're playing the Champions League anthem, because remember the PSG game when they played the Europa League anthem. Emery, the only midfield manager not to play the high midfield. But yeah, I do think he paid them a little bit too much respect in that game. I do. Let's smash them tonight, guys. Up the Villa. Yes, Matthew. Let's smash them. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. There's Marlon and Rogers looking focused, looking ready. 5:45 kickoffs, guys. What do you League Cup anthem? I think I meant Europa League anthem. Sorry. Yeah, there's the Europa League anthem and the Champions League anthem, and they played the Europa League anthem at the PSG game by mistake. Nice one, Manny. See you at halftime, mate. Good evening to you standing on the word. No worries, mate. No worries. I just thought I might have said it wrong. Teams. So just a reminder of the starting lineup. Martinez in goal. They've got Bogard at right back, which makes more sense. Lindelof and Pau Torres in central defence. Maatsen at left back. Then Onana and Tielemans behind Sancho, Rogers and Gesson, and Daniel Marlon up top. Absolutely, man. I hope no setbacks tonight. And Terry's going 4-0. And there is only one Terry Turner. Yeah, 5:45. I mean, I just finished work, and it's nice. It's nice to just finish work and then jump on and watch some football. But it does. It's not easy. It's not the easiest for supporters to get to, is it? Especially in rush hour traffic. So I imagine quite a few half days going in, and allow people time to get there. I just noticed the top tier of the Doug Ellis isn't full with away fans. They've just got the bottom tier. Cheers, Steve. Great stuff, mate. Thank you for your support. And he's going 2-1 Villa. Let's go. They're not quite kicked off for me. So if you do want to line up with me, I'm probably about 30 seconds or so behind. Please no spoilers in the chat if you can. So they've gone for Keller in goal, Janko, Zukru, Benito, and Hajam across the back. Ravolison, Lorpa in midfield with Males, Peck, Fashnat, and Cordova up front. They've got 2 players on yellow cards as it stands. And Villa just getting ready to kick off. I will just get my scoreboard set up and ready. Jim says, Young Boys coming off a 5-0 win at the weekend, so we better be on our toes. I agree, mate. Right, we're kicked off. But yeah, that was quick. Already Marlon trying to get on the attack. Young Boys just playing it across the back. Looks like, yeah, as we said, Marlon up top. Maatsen just pressing, and he wins the ball. Sancho, though, just gets tackled, and it goes out for a throw-in. So we've got Sam Matterface and Robbie Savage on co-com. So, you know, it makes sense to join me. Maatsen is preparing to take the throw-in. It just goes short to Sancho. Gets it back from him and plays it back to Tielemans, who little reverse pass back to Sancho now. Is just facing up the defender. Tries to quicken the pace to Maatsen, who just drops it back to Tielemans again. And now Tielemans turns out and goes to Lindelof, who goes out to the right to Bogard. Into Onana. Villa just keeping possession, wanting to give everyone a touch. They've dropped back into their own half now. Balls with Pau Torres. Out to Maatsen. Into Yuri Tielemans. Young Boys putting pressure on, but Villa looking quite calm. Marlon with a lovely touch, but just gets edged out by the Young Boys midfielder. And they've got the ball now. Just trying to play it out from the back. Goes long, but out of play. And a throw into Villa just inside their own half. Yeah, no, it makes sense, Gary. Turn the sound down. Listen to me, mate. Maatsen with a throw in. Back to Torres, who looks for Yuri Tielemans. Tielemans goes back to Martinez. And gets it back. So they're not fully pressing at the minute. Villa finding space now. Sancho goes out to Bogard. Bogard now checks back and goes into Onana. He plays it to Yuri Tielemans, who's allowed to turn, giving us a bit of space. He switches the play out wide to Ian Matson now, who's couldn't quite get it under control into his stride, so he decides to go back to Pau Torres. Torres into Sancho again, who's looking to jink past, keeps possession well. He's getting fouled. Oh, it's Rodgers on the ball, sorry. Rodgers goes outside to Matson, but tries an outside of the foot pass, and it goes out of play. I think he was looking for the free kick, to be honest. Probably a little bit unlucky not to get the free kick. Focusing on Rodgers. And young boy's just about to take the throw in. He goes, tries a long one down the line. Matson challenging, Torres challenging, but ball just filters through to Lindelof, who goes back to Martinez, who passes out to Lamar Bogard, who's getting pressed, but keeps calm. He just gets pushed off the ball, though. Maybe a little bit lucky there. But wins the free kick. Drops it off to Amadou Onana. I'd like us to maybe a little bit more purposeful with the ball. Nice ball from Torres, looking for Maron on the run, but the defender reads it well. Forced right into the corner, and that ends up having to clear it out of play. But did it go out already? I don't think so. I think he just got it in time. So it's a throw into Villa deep inside the young boys' half. Throw in by Matson into Maron again. Holds it up well. Tries to feed it back to Matson, but doesn't quite get it in. But Villa win it back. Maron now with a shot. Ooh, great save from the keeper. And that's what we love Daniel Maron for. As soon as he sees the goal, he strikes it, doesn't even think twice. And that's what we want. Shooting, get a good shot off early in the game, get the crowd on side. Lovely save from the keeper. Probably one he should make. Nice little drop off by Ian Matson. And cracking strike from Maron. Heading for that top corner, and keeper just tips it over the bar. So Villa get the corner now. Tielemans lays it into Rodgers, lays it back out to Sancho. Sancho now tries to face up his player. He could have crossed it, he beat him, but drops it back to Tielemans, who crosses it in. Oh, Onana just saw it late, maybe hits his, I don't know if he needed it and it went over the bar, or if he managed to get his foot to it, but decent play from Sancho, drops it back to Tielemans. Great ball in. I'm trying to see who that came off. Yeah, it came off Onana's knee and went over. But good early signs from Villa in the first 5 minutes. Cracking shot from Daniel Maron, and then dangerous corner. Panicking the defenders. Villa pick it up again. Torres winning it just inside his own half, and ball filters back now to Lindelof, who's got time to look up. Tielemans offering himself for the ball, but he decides to go to Pau Torres, out to Ian Matson, who drops it back to Torres now. Young boys trying to put a bit of pressure on, but not really pressing enough. Lovely little touch from Tielemans there, giving him the space. Goes through the middle now. Evan Gesson's clear. He's just pressed by the defender, but he holds him off. Can't quite get the shot away, and it goes out for a corner. Crap, brilliant ball from Youri Tielemans there. It looked like he was going to play it to Maron, who dropped in short, but a lovely run from Evan Gesson. Diagonal run. Beautiful run, just fooled the defender. He was going to play offside, then he decided against it. I think maybe he could have had a shot, but he decided to opt for the corner. But lovely little move from Maron, just dropping, allowing the space for Gesson to run behind. Now Villa have got a short one. Shot by Matson. Saved by the keeper. Was it Sancho or Matson there? Sancho. Shot with his right foot. Good to see him shooting though, but the keeper got it. Villa pressing. Really pressing. Rodgers there but young boys do well to get it clear, but they end up giving it away. Villa squeezing the space well. That's what they're going to try and do. Try and beat the press with one sort of pass down the line, and then try a quick little 1-2 with the man running through from a deeper run from midfield. But at the moment, Villa have got that locked up. Torres now goes back to Martinez. Bit of pressing from young boys, but he goes long this time into Gesson, who's got the wrong side of the defender. Does well to hold it up. Still got it. Rodgers took his space a little bit there, but he changed his run now. Rodgers, first time ball into Maron. Oh, can't quite get his foot to it. But a brilliant first time ball in from Rodgers there. Saw Marlon on the run. Marlon couldn't quite get his outstretched leg to it. But again, threatening again. Maatsen now. Sancho now. Back to Tielemans. Goes to Onana, to Torres. Now to Maatsen, who tries the first time pass to Sancho, but it's blocked by the defender and out for a throw-in. But Villa moving the ball out around really well, really confidently. Everyone getting a good touch of the ball. Rodgers, Sancho, Marlon, Gesson getting plenty of touches on the ball. They'll be absolutely loving it. Torres now to Lindelof. Lindelof goes out to Bogard. He's got a bit of space to drive forward. Looks for Gesson out wide. Gesson now just holds it up. Plays it inside to Rodgers. Nice little pass. Back to Onana, who just calms it down a bit. Rodgers now. Lovely ball to Gesson, who can cross it. Just overhits it. But the ball finds its way to Sancho. First time passing to Maatsen, who slips just as he's about to cross it. And it's out for a goal kick. But Villa just finding space everywhere. Tielemans is world class, says 97 Davey. Ange, I've got Marlon down for a brace, but might change to a hat trick. Gary says Watkins scores that. Yeah, maybe slightly taller. World class pass by Yuri. Absolutely, he's brilliant. Marlon has to score that. Yeah, he probably just on his heels a tiny bit. Now Youngboy's coming forward after a poor header down from Lindelof. Just Onana coming back to him and does really well to win the ball back. And Maatsen now just got time and space to look for the options and goes to Tielemans, who drops it back into Pau Torres. Yeah, early signs are good. Just get this goal. Just get this early goal. Onana now, a little bit of space to drive into. Goes out wide to Maatsen. Maatsen just shut down the space a little bit, so it goes back to Torres. Across to Lindelof now. Looks like Young Boys have got a bit of a better shape about them right now, trying to be organised off the ball. But now they're giving space out wide. Bogard's got plenty of time and space. Could have played Gesson in, but decides against it. Goes across to Onana. Now Gesson's got space to run just in that inside right channel. Cuts back, drops it back to Amadou Onana again. Goes to Yuri Tielemans, out wide to Bogard again. Bogard just holding the ball, not rushing it. Goes back to Onana. Villa maybe looking to go out the other side now. Lindelof. No, stays on the right-hand side. Onana. Morgan Rodgers. Back to Onana again. Villa just keeping the ball. Nice passing. Rodgers plays it out to Bogard. Into Gesson. Gesson just loses the momentum a bit with a bit of a lazy pass there. Onana picks it up though. Now it goes to Lindelof, who's probably going to go out left. Yeah, finds Sancho. Drops it back. Torres now. Villa just keeping the ball. Every player apart from Martinez inside Young Boys half. Now we drop it back again. Try and open up the space. Lindelof now just inside his own half. Finds Yuri Tielemans. Marlon looking to get him behind, but he decides not to pass to him. Goes short to Onana. Onana now. Lovely longer pass. Marlon brings it down. Can't quite bring it down. Defender just gets a toe in, and Young Boys can bring it away. Now they can try and break it down the right hand side. Maatsen does well to hold him up. Still got the ball though. Drops it back to the halfway line, and now Villa have managed to get bodies back. And Young Boys, do they kick it out of play? No, he manages to keep it in, but Evan Gesson does well to outstrengthen the fullback and wins the free kick. Good defending there. Just need to keep the ball and be patient, but when we've got the space, I think we can get in behind them at will. So just got to keep that going. Just Maatsen now, just with the ball, drops it to Torres again. Always looking to play forward, which is good. Lindelof now. Just holding the ball into Tielemans. They're giving him time to drop into spaces, and Rodgers just gets there in front of the midfielder, who is going to get a talking to from the referee. He was brave there, to be honest. Rodgers, he could have ducked out of that, but he got his foot just there in time to flick it on and took the foul. And yeah, Benito there with the foul. Just gets a talking to from the ref, I think. I don't think he gets a yellow card. Feels like the game's been going on for ages, but we're only in the 13th minute, 0-0. Ball out wide from Tielemans to Maatsen. I think it's because we've had quite a few chances. Goes up the line to Sancho, who drops it into Tielemans. Lovely pass. Tielemans got a bit of time and space, takes the shot, but couldn't get any power behind it. And it just easy for the goalkeeper just to claim it. But good to see him having a shot. Young was trying to play out from the back, but they know Villa are going to press, and that's a poor pass. Onana picks it up now. Gesson can run at the defenders. Onana drops it back to Onana. Sancho asking for it, which is good, positive to see. Plays it out to Maatsen. Didn't quite do anything with it when he was asking for it, but good to see him asking for it nonetheless. Now the ball finds a way back out to the right to Bogard. Plays to Gesson. Gesson now. It's faced up with two players, but keeps the ball. Onana out to Rodgers. Rodgers could have maybe got out of his space there a little bit, but plays to Gesson. Lovely pass. Just kept in. No, it's corner to Villa. Some nice play. So Rodgers is finding himself out on that right-hand side more. He's working with Bogard and Gesson. Maybe he could just utilize the space a little bit more, just a little bit more movement. But they seem to be working quite well. And then on that left-hand side, it seems to be Marlon, Maatsen, and Sancho. So positive to see. No problem, Net Surfer. Great to see you listening and watching. Corner to Villa. Tielemans chips it in to back stick. Onana with a great header down, but everyone had gone towards the ball. But Tielemans whacks it back in. Cleared by the defender for another corner. I think could Onana have maybe headed that towards goal? It was he won it well. Maybe if a Villa player would have just hung back, it would have been a clear shot for them. Someone throwing things from the crowd there, which is not a good sign. That's not good. Yes, Rich. Got over 100, almost 150 of you in the chat, which is amazing. Hit the like button. Sancho now drops it back to Maatsen, who's got time for it to line up a shot, but gets underneath it, and it's high, wide, and handsome. Yeah, Gesson's playing well. I just want him to get motor in. Like he likes to stand the defender up, but if he stands the defender up, then if he drops his shoulder and goes, it's probably really difficult to stop. I'd just like to see him do that a little bit more, but good start from him nonetheless. Villa again pressing. Young was trying to play it out from the back. Goes back to the keeper. Rodgers there putting him under a lot of pressure. Has he gone out for a corner or is it a throw-in? Don't think they quite understand how quick some of our players are. Keeper did not want to be put under that pressure. Maatsen with a throw-in. Just goes short to Sancho, who's looking busy. Wants to get on the ball. Drops it back to Lindelof on the halfway line. Lindelof out to Bogard. Bogard is going to drop it back to Victor Lindelof again. He goes to Pau Torres now. Torres with a bit of space. 77% possession to Villa. Sancho now just trying to find a bit of space to turn, but goes back to Lindelof again. Receives it back. He's popping up all over the place, trying to get on the ball, which is good to see. Torres looked for Marlon in behind, and Marlon had just checked his run. So ball back with young boys now. Goes out to towards the left-hand side to Benito, who drops it back into the centre, and they go back out right. Villa just starting to press now with Marlon. Now Rodgers. And that forces them back to the keeper again. Villa pressing with a lot of speed here, which is really pleasing. Again, putting them under pressure. Goal back to the goalkeeper again. They do quite well to get away from it, but now they've maybe engineered a bit of space. Just getting towards the halfway line. Tried a late run. Not sure if he's got him behind or not. The play still going. He cuts it back to the edge of the box with a shot and a brilliant save from Emi Martinez, but yeah, he was offside. I thought he was offside, but that's exactly what I just said before. They're going to try and beat the first press, maybe even the second press, play that quick pass down the line, see if they can beat the offside trap, and then they'll be able to cut it back, take a shot from the edge of the box, flash across from across the box. But Martinez was up to the challenge, but he was offside. Thank you, mate. Top man. Maatsen drops it back to Torres to Martinez now. So we survived that into the 18th minute. 0-0 still. Torres plays it into Sancho, who switches out, but no one's out there. It's a good idea. Just need to keep the pace up. This last minute or so, we've just dropped off a tiny little bit, which might not be a bad thing. Give young boys a bit of attacking time. It might leave a bit of space in behind for us to exploit. Long ball, edged out the way. The striker's edged out the way by Lindelof, and Torres picks the ball up just inside the Villa half. Plays to Lindelof now. He was just standing on the ball, goes back to Torres now. Villa all set. Sancho drops in to Tielemans, who just jinks past really well. Again, can't quite find Maron, but wins it back. And Young Boys have to go back to the goalkeeper. Again, Onana putting pressure on. Midfielder does well, though, to evade the challenge, but Villa win it back really well. Gets on into Onana and gets the free kick. Good pressing from Onana. He knew at some point we were going to win the ball because he could put him under that much pressure, and then turns the man and, yeah, clear foul. Yeah, something's lacking. We're taking the shots. I just think maybe it's just a bit of confidence from Sancho or Gesson. Sometimes they're taking the slightly easier option than maybe trying to beat the man. You saw it with Rodgers. As soon as he saw the opportunity to cross the ball, he crossed it in, and Maron should have scored. But with Gesson and Sancho, they're kind of second guessing themselves a little bit, which is understandable, I guess. They need to maybe get their confidence up a bit. But caught a free kick in a good position here. Yuri Tielemans is lining up for it. Clips it in. Gesson going for the header, but couldn't quite get there. But cleared straight up in the air. Onana heads it down, but not to a Villa shirt, to a Young Boys shirt. And now they can attack. Pressing out towards the halfway line, but Tielemans picks up on the loose pass. And now looks for Evan Gesson with a beautiful crossfield pass. Gesson now facing up two defenders in the penalty box. Tries to go around the outside. The defender does well, though, to hold him up. Still got the ball. Drops it inside to Bogard, who's come forward. Bogard into Rodgers. Lovely little touch from Maron. Can't quite take it in his stride, though. And Young Boys looking to clear and ends up clearing out of play. Once we play quick, if we just get that last final pass into someone with the shooting opportunity, we will 100% score. It's just that final little pass, that final little touch, but we're putting them under a lot of pressure, panicking them at the back. Torres now bringing it forward, plays into Maron, who does really well to hold it up. Now he's got turned, crosses in, just couldn't find Rodgers. The defender does well, but it goes back to the keeper again, who's forced to last-ditch clearance out for a throw-in again to Villa, deep inside Young Boys half. Ian Maatsen now to Onana. Back to Maatsen, drops it back to Onana again. Got time to turn. Is he going to switch it? No, just goes back to Lindelof, who now plays out wide to Lamar Bogard, who's driving forward, looks inside for Tielemans. Maron trying to make a little run in behind. Decides not, but Maatsen now picks it up. Goes out wide to Sancho. Sancho touch into the box. Jinkin plays at the edge of the box to Bogard because he got time to shoot. That hits the defender. That was flying in. Absolutely flying in. Hits the defender. He had no idea where it was going. It's a throw in again to Villa. I'd love to see that again because Bogard had time to line up the shot, puts a lot of power on it. And I don't know if it hit a Villa player or hit one of the young boys defenders. Sancho now, again, jinks inside, plays to Maron. Maron back to Bogard again, exactly the same position, decides not to shoot, goes out wide to Gesson, tries to put the cross in, gets it back again off the defender, puts the ball in again, and not much movement going on in the box. Everyone seems to already be there. It's a bit of a difficult to cross it into when everyone's just already standing in the box, but it's a free kick to young boys on the edge of their own box. But good sustained pressure from Villa, but they couldn't quite get a full shot away. They couldn't force the keeper into making a save. Halfway through the first half, Aston Villa 0, Young Boys 0. Yeah, Gary, playing well, just can't score. Top man, Steve. Headed on by Tielemans. Maron picks it up, plays to Morgan Rogers, who's free down the left-hand side. Just driving at the defender now. Cuts back. 4 players in the box for Villa. Onana heads it down to Maron, who misses the ball. Oh, man. He's got a score there. Great move. Did so well on the halfway line. Finds Morgan Rogers, who faces up the defender. Beats him. Cuts it back. Deep cross to Onana at the back stick, who heads it back into the centre of the goal. And Maron somehow misses the ball completely, and it goes between his legs and out for a goal kick. Now, Young Boys bringing the ball forward. Tielemans trying to get back to the number 13. He holds it up, though, because they'd all run offside. Plays it back into midfield. Villa with all the players back now. And they're just looking to keep the ball for a little while now, I think. Yeah, ball goes back towards the halfway line. I think they just want a bit of possession. Been under a lot of pressure. Villa forcing them back. Didn't end up going all the way back to the goalkeeper, but they've gone back into their own half. Trying to look for that running behind, but Villa keeping a high line, keeping an organised line as well. Torres seems to be the one orchestrating what happens. Gesson trying to press. Now Bogard plays down the left-hand side, but poor pass now. Bogard's got time and space to run with the ball. Looks inside, but just past behind Morgan Rogers there. And the goalkeeper with a long clearance, and striker was offside. So Villa get the ball back. Take it quickly. Into Onana now. Plays out wide to Matson. Goes back. Onana with a nice bit of skill just to get the space. Now he's got time and goes back to Lindelof. I think Villa might just keep the ball for a little bit here and then look to attack at pace. Sancho now driving forward. This is where the spaces will open up in the second half, to be honest, because they're putting a lot into this defensive effort. Sancho, edge of the box to Maron. Maron just couldn't quite find Sancho again, but Villa pick it back up. Now Lindelof's got it, looks out to the right-hand side now to Bogard. He's getting forward more and more now. Just cuts back. Finds Tielemans, who's got time and space on the edge of the box. Just chips it into Maron with a header. Yes! Get in! Brilliant header from Daniel Maron. Doesn't make a mistake with that one, does he? Lovely play down the right-hand side. And Young Boys fans throwing things at the Villa fans. Cups, bottles. That's not very good. It's horrendous. It's not going to ruin the moment for Daniel Maron. Brilliant header in off the post. Cross from Tielemans. And Aston Villa 1, Young Boys 0. Let me just change my scoreboard and then we will look at the goal. Bogard does really well. finds Tielemans in space. Lovely little cross and a great header down. Keeper gets a hand to it, but can't stop it from going in. And it's 1-0 Villa. And unfortunately, the young boy supporters could not handle Aston Villa going in front, which is not good to see at all. Shocking. Yeah, cup thrown. Let's see what the chat's saying. Get in, Daniel Marlon. Marlon again, yes. Having Tielemans back is a huge boost. Yeah, he just sees the passes so well, doesn't he? There's a VAR goal check. Don't think he was offside. 5th of the season. Yeah, he's got a cut on his head. Really bad. That, you know what? You know the mad thing as well? If that had been an English club, if that had been Villa at their ground throwing things, we'd have been kicked out of European competition. All sorts of stuff would have been happening. It'd been all over the press. It'd be shocking. Terrible. Awful behaviour. All we need to do now is just batter them. Brilliant tackle from Onana. Sancho back to Marlon again. Just gets pushed wide by the defender and slips again. That's twice someone slipped in that area. Maatsen slipped in and around that area earlier. Now Marlon's just slipped. Is that a handball? Villa still putting the pressure on, but I think that's going to be a foul. Well, that's what we needed. We needed that goal. Yeah, exactly, mate. It's shocking. Yeah, I agree. Look, it would have been all over. UEFA would have been slamming English fans for that. And I think the Newcastle fans last night got treated terribly in Marseille, like people being hit with batons, all sorts, when they were just waiting to get let out of the ground, which is just the treatment. The treatment of English fans is shocking. And how they don't punish opposition fans for things that they would do double the punishment for if English fans did them. It's just such double standards. Anyway, young boys with the ball down the line, but Evan Gesson reads it well. Is he just going to hold him up and let the ball go out of play? Yep, he does, and he's done his defensive job very well there. Ball out for a goal kick for Villa. Thanks, Karen. Glad you're enjoying it. Villa 1-0 up at the minute, which is great. And yes, Richie, let's get the likes up. We've got nearly 200 of you in the chat, which is absolutely amazing. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. On the road to 10,000. Onana, just nice little turn. Finds Morgan Rogers, who looks long for Marlon again. Just couldn't quite bring it under straight away, but picks it up just deep inside the young boys' half by the corner flag. Drops it back to Ian Maatsen, who goes inside to Sancho now. Sancho looks busy, wants to get on the ball, but drops it back to Tielemans, to Maatsen, back out to Marlon. Crossed in, looking for the back stick, but too much on it, and it goes out for a goal kick. But we had Rogers and Gesson in the box there. It's a bit of a disappointing cross. Lovely header. Hey, Sancho's not happy about that, is he? He's got a cut to his head. Somehow Bogart's picked the ball up midway inside Villa's half. Looks for Lindelof, and who plays out to Torres. Into Sancho. I'd be interested to see. Sancho's got to be up there with the most touches this half. Onana into Sancho. He's holding off the defender. Drops it back to Martinez. Martinez to Lindelof. Young boy trying to put a bit of pressure on, but they're neither pressing nor sitting back. They're just doing half and half, which is allowing Villa to get a touch on the ball and then just do what they want. Oh, nearly a beautiful ball in by Tielemans, but Maatsen picks it up, running at the heart of the defence. Could have played it into Marlon, but crosses, and it's still in the box. Gesson couldn't quite pick it up. He manages to get it just outside the box, still battling for it. Bogart's battling for it as well. And Onana ends up winning it, and it goes out for a throw-in to Young Boys, I think it is. Great play down the left-hand side. Tielemans almost played the perfect pass for Donyell Marlin, but the defender just got a toe into it. Maatsen pounced on it, though, but probably should have played it into Marlin. But he took it himself and then just got edged out of the ball, edged out wider and wider, and then had to put the cross in. But Villa looking hungry for this now. Bogard now bringing the ball over the halfway line, drops it back to Onana. Can he switch it? Maatsen's looking for it out wide, but he decides not to and goes back to Victor Lindelof. Doesn't really need to take any risky passes. They're giving us so much time on the ball here. Tielemans just drops it back to Lindelof. To Torres now. He's got a bit of space. Goes out wide to Maatsen. Maatsen trying to play a 1-2 with Morgan Rogers. Gets it back. Rogers now down the left-hand side. He's just going where he wants. Tielemans and Maatsen exchanging passes. Rogers again. Sancho looking to get in behind. Now Rogers gets in behind. They're just bamboozling him with the movement here. I think the ball's gone out for a goal kick. No. Rogers tried a little elastic, but didn't quite come off, and then he's given the foul away. And free kick to Young Boys in their own half on the right-hand side. Yeah, tried the little elastic. He got it through his legs, but the defender read it and then managed to block him out, and then Rogers with the foul. But he's enjoying himself out there. Young Boys throwing nappies. Young Boys now with the ball on the left-hand side. Hadjam plays inside and they end up going back to the halfway line. Villa keeping a good, solid defensive shape. Difficult for them to get through. They're looking to pick the ball up and then try and catch us on the break, but we haven't allowed them to do that. They did it once, but it ended up being offside when they had the shot that Martinez saved. But apart from that, not had anything to trouble Aston Villa yet. Hadjam again on the left-hand side with the ball. Tries a couple of little skills, but plays it in. Bogard does well, but they give it away, and Bogard picks it up. And Lindelof now just inside, just past the penalty box, plays it out to Torres, who goes long to Maatsen in behind, utilising his pace, but the defender does well to keep up with him and goes back to the keeper, who clears long to the halfway line. Onana with the header, dropped into Rogers, who tries to help it onto Marlin, but a bit lazy the pass there. Could have got him right in there, but good turn from the Young Boys defender against Bogard, and he gives away the free kick. I think he took a little knock there, Lamar, but he's been good this half. I've been really impressed with Bogard. He started off just sensibly, just giving the ball and not really venturing forward too much. But since the first 15 minutes, he's got really far forward. And like I say, he had a cracking shot that was probably going in if it didn't hit one of their defenders. Keeper goes long, but he's eased out of the way by Torres, and Lindelof picks it up and goes all the way back to Emi Martinez. Villa just resetting out wide to Pau Torres. He's got Tielemans in space. Tielemans just holding off the midfielder, who goes back to Torres again. Torres back to the goalkeeper, who goes out to Lindelof. And Villa just trying to calm it down now, I think. They don't need to exert too much at the minute. They'll just wait until the spaces open up. Lindelof to Bogard. He's just put under a little bit of pressure, but he finds Emi Martinez and enough space just to control. Now he's just standing on the ball, waiting. Goes out right to Lindelof again. Lindelof now looking for Bogard, who takes the ball in his stride. Just holds off the defender, who's got to be pulling him back, but referee doesn't give anything. Fast knack there, pulling him back, and didn't get a free kick, but goes back to the young boys' goalkeeper, who goes short into the midfielder, who goes back to the goalkeeper again. Seems strange why they bother doing this, because if Villa do decide to put the pressure on them, they end up just giving it away. He's gone short again, Maron pressing. This time they beat the press though, but they end up going back towards their own goal, putting themselves under unnecessary pressure. And Matson now picks the ball up, battles well, but to be fair, young boys do pick it up. Now he's driving forward down the right-hand side. Matson trying to stay with him. Don't foul him, puts the cross in. Lindelof heads it away, picked up on the edge of the box. Bit of pressure here from young boys. Cross comes in, but it's way over hit. Don't think it's going to go out though. Gesson now facing up with Hajam. Drops it back. I think it's fast knacked. Bit of pressure here for young boys. They'll be a bit more heartened by this. They're keeping the ball. Longest time they've had the ball, but Villa forced them back and have to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. And Villa can just get organised again. So it was a bit of a dangerous situation, but poor cross, and then that's forced them all the way back into their own half. But they've had the ball for a good 2 or 3 minutes. Tries a long ball in behind, but that's going to go safely through, harmlessly through for a goal kick. So into the 40th minute, Aston Villa 1, Young Boys 0. Get your thoughts on the first half in the chat. Anything you want to see differently from Villa? What have you thought made of the first half so far? Got to be satisfactory. Probably could do with one more goal. It would have been nice to be 2-0 up, but totally under control here. What are your thoughts on the level of this competition in comparison to the Champions League? I mean, even some of the teams in the Champions League. Bogard now coming forward, drives into the box to Rodgers, who dummies it, but the defender read it really well and couldn't quite come through to Sancho. Now young boys on the attack, looking for that deeper run, but decides against playing it, plays it out to the right-hand side. Now the ball down the line to the attacking player, the number 9, who crosses it in, but Torres does well, but he was miles offside, and Villa get the free kick. Great play again by Bogard down the right-hand side. Almost came off for Villa with that dummy from Rodgers. I could see what he was trying to do, and it was the right thing to do. It was. Yeah, we are in control, Karen. It'd be nice to get a couple more goals. It would. We started the game really well. Since the goal, we've kind of dropped off a little bit. But you know what it's like in these competitions with Unai. He wants to get the lead, then just take control of the game. He doesn't want to make it end to end. He doesn't want the players to exert themselves too much. He doesn't see the point necessarily in winning 4 or 5-0 when you can win 2-0 and get the 3 points, particularly in this league format. So I want to see a second goal. Lovely touch from Rodgers. Now he plays Maron in, who's facing up the defender, cuts inside. What a goal! Daniel Maron in that position. You are not going to stop him. And he celebrates in front of the Young Boys fans. And they're still throwing things at him, but he doesn't care. And that's what we want, Karen. I said we needed another goal. You said we needed another goal. Aston Villa in total control. Aston Villa 2. Young Boys 0. Daniel Maron at the double. He is in lethal form at this moment in time. And he's playing at the top of his game. And it's brilliant to see. Brilliant to see. Brilliant ball from Morgan Rogers. Once he was faced up with the defender, cuts inside, gets a little bit of a ricochet off the defender, but as soon as he's in front of the goal, no mistake, and just blasts it past the goalkeeper. Keeper has no chance, and it's 2-0 Villa. Straight down the middle, really, but the power took it past the goalkeeper. No chance. Aston Villa 2, Young Boys 0. Maron on a hat-trick now. It's got to be number 1, absolutely. And yes, hat-trick. Is he going to get the hat-trick? Now we've got the police involved with the Young Boys supporters. Yeah, police getting involved. There's nothing happening at the minute. Their captain went over to them to try and plead with them to stop throwing things on the pitch. And then the police have been getting involved, and Young Boys fans certainly not happy with anything as it stands. I don't know what's going on now. They're not. The TV cameras aren't showing pictures of it. Young Boys temper tantrum, yeah. Just see if I can. If you guys can let me know, I haven't got the sound up, you see, so I can't really see what's happening. Oh, they've gone. So there's a big police presence right in front of them. They didn't seem to be too happy about that, but it seems to have settled down now. Villa just getting drinks. Tielemans high-five him. Let's just see some of the comments. Dr. Echo will talk about that at half-time, about potential January signings. Yeah, probably. I'm sure there'll be some police identification done. Well, I think they'll be playing a match behind closed doors, certainly. I don't know what's going on. Again, don't know what's happening at the minute. The referee's doing something. I'm just going to turn it up a bit. There's policemen tackling supporters that have been dragged out of the front row. When there are... So police are removing some supporters, I think. So we're into injury time. I don't know how long it's going to be played, but we will. And while this is going on, the play cannot continue. And I just wonder whether or not the referee is contacting the fourth official and the venue manager to decide whether or not it might be prudent to blow the half-time whistle. I don't know if they blow the half-time. Referee's talking to Unai Emery and the Young Boys manager. Villa supporters just goad in a little bit, which is understandable. Yeah, I think they're taking some of their fans out, and obviously their fans aren't happy about that. Rogers needs to stay central and stand shut. Yeah, he's getting on the ball, but he's just not. He's looking really busy. He wants to get on the ball. He's dragging their players hit left, right, and centre. But I'd like to see him get on the ball further forward. In areas further forward. Yeah, I was just trying to find out what was happening, mate. I've turned it back down now. Referees speak. It looks like we're going to get back underway now. So I'll put... I'm not sure how much stoppage time we're playing, but back underway now. Villa 2, Young Boys 0. Lindelof doing really well to hold off the attacker there. Plays to Bogard, to Onana, who drops it back to Pau Torres. Villa just need to keep control of the game until half-time. Matson, nice little ball into Rodgers, who tries to flick it on. And now there's a head injury. After Rodgers tried to flick it on, defender headed the back of Rodgers' head, and he looks in a bad way. Oof. Yeah, I think Marlon's definitely earned his start now. So 4 minutes injury time. So there we go. And they're not going to prolong it too far. He seems all right. He's up on his feet. Zukru. Daniel Marlon, the star man of the first half, could have got 2 goals. Could have got a hat trick in the first half. Had the early shot, which was saved by the goalkeeper. Then he missed the ball when Onana headed it down to him right in front of goal. And he had the chance where he couldn't quite get his foot to it when Morgan Rodgers crossed it. And then he's got his 2 goals. One with his head, one with his right foot. He just needs a left-footed goal now for a perfect hat-trick. Bogard now, just with the ball, just drops it back into our own half to Lindelof. It's about 30 seconds left. Tielemans, I don't think he's going to do anything too risky. Plays to Torres, drops it back. Tielemans now. Tielemans with the ball into Maron. Beautiful first touch there. Now he's heading for the box. Plays to Rodgers, to Sancho. Oh, couldn't quite get the shot away. Blocked by the defender, but beautiful football from Villa there. Now pressing and wins it back. Sancho wins it back. But Young Boys managed to get it clear. A last-ditch clearance. Lindelof holding off the attacker. Gets the free kick, though. Lindelof wasn't happy about that. I thought the Cordoa dived, but he manages to get the free kick. Can't be long till half-time now. Yeah, I think we do. Gary. After them throwing things at us, I think they look up for this. So we could be on for a big scoring game here. Players are well up for it. Half still going. Flicked on by Young Boys attacker, but it's gone out for a throw into Villa, and Bogard will just take his time with it. Well, a very, very controlled first half from Aston Villa. It must be 70+% possession for Villa. 2 goals, total control. Onana and Tielemans in that midfield just dominating. Rodgers, Gesson and Sancho can roam around the pitch wherever they want. And Marlon just sharp up front, getting into positions, just giving their defenders a torrid time. Sancho, though, loses the ball. Young Boys coming forward. Don't do anything silly. Plays the ball out wide. Matson just facing up their wide man. Cross comes in, but Torres does well to get in front and get it clear. Rodgers going up for the header, but it goes out for a throw-in, and that is half-time. Controlled performance from Aston Villa. And we'll get into some comments in a minute. Let's get ready for the second half. So, thoughts on that half, people. Do we think Watkins is happy? He must be happy. Well, this is the thing. I said this the other day, Gary. Watkins, the pandering to Watkins is over. You know, Marlon is totally used to the way Unai Emery wants him to operate. He's playing with real confidence now. He's shooting on sight. He seems to understand the players around him, where they want to move. They're understanding him. So it's time now for the real competition to start. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Leroy, I mean, Watkins won't be happy that he's not starting, but I don't think he'll hold anything against Daniel Marlon. It's just the life of being a striker or being within a football squad. Yes, Richie. Have a great night, mate. Thanks for jumping in. Thanks for your support. 3-0 in Deontay's X table could now be 5 with all this young boys family. Yeah, well, look, now the players look like they're up for it. Let's keep going. Let's put it to them. Let's stick it to them. Watkins is still starting over Marlon every week. We'll see what happens on Sunday. Smash those likes. Yes, yes, yes. Villa, absolutely, mate, absolutely. Would Watkins have scored 2 goals? I don't know. It's difficult to say, mate. It's very difficult to say. I think at this moment in time, Marlon is playing with confidence and is getting into the positions to be able to score. The cross that Rodgers put in first time, I know that he didn't quite stretch enough to get to it, but I don't think Ollie Watkins would have even got into that position. That's the difference. That's what a striker or a forward player with confidence can do. And that's the difference. That's the difference. Grew into the match really well after the start, stopped 20 minutes. Yeah, I actually agree with that. And I think particularly players like Lamar Bogard, I thought he started quite safe and then really stepped up in that second half of the first half. So that's really, really pleasing to see. Marlon to get this hat-trick and be subbed at the 70 minutes mark. I would love that, mate. Manny, as expected, Villa's high line catching the young boys offside, so the Swiss have been soft and defensively full of holes like their cheese. Marlon looks really good. He needs to start a few games. Yeah, definitely. Decent half. Rodgers, Tielemans, Marlon and Bogard have been very good. No problem, Dave. Didn't realize we'd be in watch along. We'll be in for the second half. Good evening. No, mate, not a problem. Not a problem. Just you're more than welcome to join. Good half for us. Says standing on the word. We look lively from the start and we look good for our 2-0 lead. I'm so happy for Marlon and I like Gesson's energy. Well, I think, to be honest, Gesson, Sancho and Rodgers have just had the freedom of the pitch. They can just go wherever they want. We've seen Rodgers popping up on the right-hand side. We've seen him popping up on the left-hand side. We've seen Sancho in the middle. I guess Gesson's more stayed out down that right-hand side, but all those players are moving around wherever they want. How have Gesson and Sancho been? They've been all right. They've been pretty good. I'd like to see Sancho get into more advanced areas. There's a couple of times where he's got in the box and just not quite had that shot, but he's looking busy. He's looking to get on the ball. He's looking up for it. Gesson, again, he faces up the defenders really well, but I'd like to see him go past them a little bit more, be a bit more. He just looks still a little bit cumbersome to me. I want to see him a bit more, I don't know, a bit more sort of rhythmic, a bit more in terms of his movement. It just looks a bit clunky. Watkins will turn around his droughts every season. Well, we'll see. But now we've got players. Now we've got a squad. You look at that midfield as well. Tielemans and Onana today. Kamara on the bench. McGinn on the bench. Barkley on the bench. Look at the level of player that we have now that can come in and do a job. Absolutely. Absolutely brilliant. And Marlon now up top is a viable option. I do think we'll bring someone in January, though. We'll talk about that in a second. Greetings from Central California. Great to have you in, Pete. Great to have you in. Well done, Marlon, says Ross. He's a handful. Ban these fans from young boys, not good. Yeah, it's terrible, mate. Absolutely terrible. I said it before as well. If that had been Villa fans or any English club abroad throwing things on the pitch that have been banned from European competition. Not representative of Swiss fans, get them out and have them banned at European level. Absolutely rub. I totally agree. And young boys after Borstal. Yes, Gary. Marlon to start on Sunday. He should, but he won't. Well, that's the thing. Obviously, who's on the bench at the minute? McGinn will come back in, won't he? Will Buendia likely to come back in? I think so. Kamara to come back in, but who drops out? Does Onana drop out? It's got so many options right now because Is Wolves at home a game for Onana more than a game for Kamara or Tielemans even? I mean, you look at how good Tielemans is though with his passing. I mean, he sees passes so quickly. He plays everything in 1 and 2 and 3, no more than 3 touches. He's so good to watch on the ball. Just a treat to watch. Treat to watch. I may be old at 57, but can't get around my head. There are hooligans from Switzerland called Young Boys. Yeah, mate, it's mad, isn't it? It's mad. And have a look at the stadium that they play at as well. Maybe that's why they're so angry. Should we bring on Watkins to bag a few as a confidence boost? I'm sure we'll get some minutes. There's about 11 or 12 players I mentioned. What about Harvey Elliott? Do you think bring on Harvey Elliott? Garcia maybe at right back as well. Give him a run out. These are the games I'd like to see some of the young lads given a run out as well. You know, I know they're not on the bench tonight, but this is an idea. If we got to 4-0, it'd be an ideal opportunity to play Ben Broggio or Jimo Aloba. That would be perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I think Garcia maybe, Barkley, and 1 or 2 others. Let's just pull the team up again. Let's see who is on the bench. So we've got Bizar, Oakley. Obviously, they're not going to come on. Cash, Consat, Barkley, McGinn, Garcia, Kamara, Luca Dean, Harvey Elliott, Emi Buendia, and Ollie Watkins. I think he might bring Buendia on. Potentially Elliott. Barkley will probably come on. And then I'd like to see Garcia, but I agree. I don't necessarily see the point in risking McGinn, Kamara. Yeah. Watkins will probably get some minutes because I don't think he'll play Maron for the full match. I don't think we'll see him playing for the full match. Prez, the question we need to bring up again is, does Maron start in front of Watkins from today onwards? I think he's got the shirt, mate. I don't think you can argue at the minute with what he's bringing and the movement that he's providing. He is very much like Julian Joachim, isn't he? He's got so much of the qualities of Julian Joachim. For those of you who remember, just that head down, that blistering pace, shoot on sight, can be so effective in games, can be effective off the bench in certain games from starting. He's just got that. And now he's got that confidence. He just looks so effective at the minute. So I think he has got the shirt. Villa win 5-0. Let's get to a comfortable score first. Never disrespect the opponent. Yeah, I agree. We've got to get the job done, definitely. I'm good mates with Ben Broggio, especially last time out against Tel Aviv. It's frustrating to not see the academy come on. Yeah, I know. If you catch out my shows I do with Charlie, Academy AVFC, we talk about it quite a lot. So, I want to see some of these young lads getting game time. Definitely. Surely Elliott comes on tonight. He'll never, if he doesn't. Yeah, they played yesterday. Yeah, I agree, Rachel. They did 2-2 as well. Julian Joachim, blast from the past. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. But underrated, yes, Dunk. But he just does remind me of him. He does, the way he runs and everything, like the way he can just strike the ball so powerfully as well. Does remind me. Guys, I'm amazed that we've got over 200 of you watching in the chat. Before that second half starts, please do hit that like button. I'm not sure how many likes we're on, but if we can hit 100, that would be amazing. So please do, if you haven't already, hit the like button, and please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. We've had so many great comments coming in about people who've just found me for the first time, enjoying the watch along. So it'd be great if you could hit that subscribe button as well. Villa fan from Thailand, amazing stuff. Thank you for your support. Amazing stuff. And yeah, great to see you enjoying these watch alongs. It's much appreciated. Much appreciated. Second half is coming very, very soon. And I don't know about that, mate. And we've got people from Canada, Lionel Melissa. Love the show, mate, from Canada. Thank you. And we've got Orange County in California. John, I think we've got someone else from California as well. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. 90 likes. There we go. See, we can get 100. We can definitely get 100. Greetings from an Aussie in Tokyo. Amazing stuff. Hope it's good over there. Amazing stuff. So we've got Thailand, we've got Tokyo, we've got California, Canada. Brilliant stuff. From Liverpool as well, Michael. Well, I live up in Newcastle, so we're from all over. I've got Villa fans all over. Thank you, Retro Rich, liked and sub, top man. Ah, yes, over 100. Thanks, Pete. Atlanta, USA, Albuquerque, yes, Stephen. Plymouth. It's raining here. It's not good weather tonight, but Villa performing on the pitch, which is what we want. From Wheelie Castle to Australia, snowy Sweden, Gary. Pete Dunk's in London, Manzo's in Sweden. We got Kings Norton, we got Cardiff. Ian, never knew he existed. Do you do watch-alongs for every game? We do. I do most games now. Most games, I'll definitely be doing Wolves. If I'm not at the game, I'll do a watch-along. So I was at the Leeds game, so I couldn't do the watch-along. But I'll be doing one on Sunday for Wolves. So yeah, more than welcome to join in the chat. Amazing stuff. Watford representing. No Brummies, mate. No, hopefully they're all at the game. Vancouver, Canada. Brilliant to have you in the chat. Dickie in Glastonbury. Charlotte, North Carolina. Adamski's over in Australia. Met another Villa Brummie where he lives from Northfield. Hey, it's a small world, mate. Small world. We've got some Brummies. We've got some Midlanders, Worcester, Tamworth. We've got Reading. Rachel's in Brum. Oh, you've moved. Yes, yes. Mid Wales. Jim's listening at work. KRT's from Handsworth. Hale's Zoin. Got a Blues fan in here. Get out. Get out. Got people from all over watching. I tell you what, these adverts don't have to go on for a while, don't they? Here we go. So we've got Forest Malmo coming up later. Let's just have a look at some of the scores on the doors elsewhere. What have we got? FC Porto 2, Nice 0, Fenerbahce 0, Ferencvaros 0, Feyenoord 1, Celtic 2, Lille 2, Dynamo Zagreb 0, Ludogorets 2, Celta Vigo 0, PAOK Thessaloniki 0, Bran 0, Roma 1, Midtjylland 0, and Victoria Pilsen 0, Freiburg 0. I was just checking to see if Leon Bailey had scored for Roma, but he hadn't. And he's not playing. He's on the bench. Who scored for Celtic? Yang and Hatate. So Villa, as it stands in the Europa League table, I believe might be second. Yeah, up to second place at the minute. As it stands, in a good spot. Players coming out now. Hey, we've got all over the place. We've got California. We've got plenty of Brummies now. Plenty of Brummies in the chat. There we go. Thanks, Jimmy. Much appreciated, mate. Glad you enjoy the watch-alongs. Hopefully a Marlon hat-trick. Yes, we want that, Paul. We want that. Here we go. Villa players coming out. I don't think there's been any changes. Marlon and Rogers just nice and calm. Marlon's got a hell of a bump on his head there. But he's so hard, he doesn't care. Right, let's just get this. No spoilers in the chat, please. I know I'm probably a little bit behind some of you guys, so no spoilers in the chat. And young boys to kick us off. Cordova is there ready. Villa kicking towards the Holt end for the second half. And we're off. Villa winning it straight back. Morgan Rogers on the right-hand side looking for Gesson, but defender gets a last-ditch slide tackle to clear it away. Again, Villa putting the pressure on, forcing young boys into last-ditch tackles. Onana winning it back. Oh, Tielemans just looking for Marlon, but he just strayed into an offside position. I do think that could have been a free kick to the young boys there, to be honest, but referees let a few things go. Oh, no, it's brilliant tackle from Onana there. Tell you what, he's so good at winning the ball in those positions, isn't he? I think the ref just had a little word with him now. I'm not too sure why. Oh, he did give a free kick. Ah, he won the ball there. So young boys just with the ball just inside their own half, goes long into the channels, looking to, I mean, it's a tough job for that Cordova, but Lindelof there put Martinez in a bit of trouble, but Gesson does well, but to bring it down, but was looking for Onana inside, but just couldn't. The midfielder had read it and won the ball back, and young boys back in possession. Plays a nice ball in through the centre there, looking out wide to the right-hand side. Matson now trying to face him up, force him back a little bit. Young boys looking to put Villa under a bit of pressure here. Sancho now facing up there, number 13 on that right-hand side. He goes back inside, forces them back a little bit. They seem a bit wary about going too far forward against Villa, and Villa can just force them back. Now trying to run through the centre, but Villa do well. Marlon now bringing it clear. Rogers tries to carry it, and it's a yellow card for... Who is it? Who's got the yellow card? Lorpa. Cindy's brother. Marlon there. Look for Rogers, who just put that... Oh, that's a bad challenge, that. He's trying to say he got the ball. There you go, mate. Yeah. Yeah, you'd be all right with that, but this is where you got to watch out, because if they're playing against a team that are clearly better than them, start to put some bad challenges in. Torres now looks for Matson out wide. Matson down the line to Marlon. Marlon's all over the place at the minute. Giving him a torrid time. Goes down the left-hand side, crosses in, and does he get the corner? He does. They just can't handle him at the minute. Corner to Villa. Time after time, yeah. Short corner. Sancho back to Tielemans. Crossing, but it's headed away. Everyone had attacked the back post, and Tielemans heads it in, crosses it in towards the near post. Rogers goes back to Martinez, who's looking to get in on the action. Goes long, out wide to Sancho, who chests it down to Tielemans. Very casually there. Matson now with the ball. And just drop down to walking pace now. Pau Torres has got it. Gives it to Sancho, who's picked the ball up quite deep. To Tielemans, back to Sancho, still in the Villa half. Goes out wide to Matson now, who's a little bit further forward. Matson looking for a forward pass, but goes back to Lindelof instead. Lindelof to Onana. He tells Bogard to go forward. Now goes out wide to Bogard. He's got a bit of space. Blocked out by the young boys defender, and he goes back to Onana, who goes back to Martinez now. Just trying to draw young boys out here. Torres now. Bit of time and space. He's looking for that dangerous pass, but he goes out to Maatsen. Maatsen inside to Sancho, who goes back to Torres. Torres switches the play out wide to Bogard. Lovely ball. Bogard brings it down really nicely. Now on to Gesson, but defender just gets there in front of him. This is the thing about Gesson. He just looks too slow sometimes. He could have got that ball. So throw into Villa, though. Rodgers asking Bogard to take. Goes to Onana. Back to Bogard. Gives it away. Tielemans, though, picks it up on the edge of the box. Oh, looking for Marlon. Picked up by Sancho on the edge of the box. As he cut inside for the shot. Saved by the keeper. He pushes it away well. Rodgers decides not to go for it because I think he would have been called offside if he'd have gone for it. Torres keeps it alive. Villa keeping it under pressure. Rodgers picks the ball up and wins the throw-in for Villa just midway inside the young boys' half. But nice play from Sancho there. Took his time to take the shot. Tielemans picked the ball up. Tried to play it into Marlon, but the defender did well. But Sancho picks it up on the edge of the box. Beautiful curling shot, but the keeper does well to parry it away out of trouble. Now Gesson bundling his way through. Plays to Rodgers, who plays the 1-2. Gesson in the middle. Decent crossing, but just over Marlon's head. Picked up by Maatsen out on the left-hand side. Ball into Sancho. Sancho to Rodgers. Back to Sancho. Young boys managed to get it clear, but they give it away again. Now Maatsen's driving through. Plays to Marlon on the left-hand channel. Faces up the defender. Ball to the back stick, but it's headed away. Young boys player slips. Now Onana's trying to keep it alive. He manages to use those long legs to win the ball back. Rodgers tries to play a cute little pass into Gesson, but managed to clear by young boys defenders. I don't even think we need to be that clever. We're trying these little clever reverse passes and somehow they're getting blocks on it because they're just not reading the passes. I think sometimes we just got to be simple. Just put it in the box and just get your head on it. We don't need to. They're not as good as the Premier League defenders. You don't need to be as imaginative with these passes. Onana picks it back up again. They just can't get past him. Tielemans to Torres. Torres clips it over to Rodgers. Rodgers across to Maron, and it's his hat-trick, but I think Rodgers might have been offside. Let's have a look. Torres there, picks it up. Rodgers, yeah, he's off. Just off. Unselfishly knocks it down to Marlon. I think that would have been his left foot as well. So it would have been the perfect hat-trick. Yeah, confirmed as offside. So free kick to Young Boys into the 54th minute. Keeper still goes short there, and he nearly played it straight to Morgan Rodgers. They try a long ball. Torres heads it clear. Bogard now heads it into Rodgers, who flicks it onto Tielemans. Tielemans to Sancho. He tries the first time pass into Marlon, but Marlon just slightly run past it. But Tielemans got it back on the edge of the box, drag back. Again, we're trying to be a bit too clever here. We just need to score. We're picking the ball up every time at will. Sancho. And he ends up, I think he drags it out of play for a young boy's throw. But anytime they're trying to play the ball out from the back, we're just winning it back. It's either Onana winning it back, Tielemans winning it back, Sancho winning it back. Or if it goes beyond, Torres is getting a header onto it. Ball on the halfway line, but forcing young boys back into their own half. Tielemans again putting pressure, wins it again. Now it's Rodgers, plays into Marlon. Oh, last-ditch tackle from the defender, but Gesson picks it up. Tries to chip it into the box again, overhits it again. They're trying to get Marlon set up for this hat trick. But Young Boys just giving the ball away every time. Now they're driving through midfield. They've got a bit of space to attack. Ball out to the left-hand side. Bogard now facing up their wide man. He cuts inside. Manages to weasel it to the striker. And he has a shot, but it's well wide. I think that's their first shot. Oh, subs coming on now. Barkley and Buendia. Look like they're getting ready to come on here. So it'll be interesting to see who is replaced. Lindelof goes out to Bogard, who tries to look for Gesson up the line, but it's cleared for a throw into Villa midway inside their own half. Not going to take too long with this. Lovely little turn from Onana, and he switches play to Maatsen. Just put under a bit of pressure by the defender there and just bottled out the challenge, but he manages to hold up the wide man who's coming forward. Sancho there, again, doing his defensive duties. Does really well there, Sancho. Wins the ball back now. Marlon picks it up. Sancho again driving it across halfway. Gets his head up. Lovely ball into the middle. Oh, Rodgers! Did this... Tried to play a first time. A beautiful pass by Sancho. I could see what he's trying to do. Marlon had made the run through. He tries to play a first time pass for him, but just messes the pass up. Villa win it back again, though. Onana to Tielemans. Tielemans out wide to Maatsen. It's got to be only a matter of time before we score again here. Tielemans just taking his time, goes out to Lindelof, who goes across to Pau Torres. Again, this is just inside the Villa half here, but Young Boys just not really putting any pressure on. They're just pressing in ones and twos, but not really with any pace. Now, Morgan Rodgers got the whole of the pitch. Again, tries a killer pass, but he could just carry. He just needs to carry the ball. If it was me, I'd probably take him off. Just give him a little rest now. Just starting. He's trying to force the passes a little bit. And you just need, just rest him. He's done his job. Young Boys just playing it across the back. They look scared to take it across the halfway line. Now they try the long diagonal pass, but it's blocked. And it hits the ref. Gives possession back to Young Boys again. And like I say, they just look scared to go forward with the ball. Villa keeping a nice shape. Sancho's dropped back in. Marlon's dropped back in. And they're just playing everything in front of Villa at the minute. They go out wide to the left-hand side. Try a little 1-2. Nice bit of play there. Now he's got a bit of space to drive into, but overcooks it. And Lindelof with a clearance. Rodgers jumps up and challenges and wins the ball. Now he plays a lovely ball down the right-hand side to Evan Gesson. Cuts inside the defender. Driving towards the edge of the penalty box. Looking for support. Plays it into Rodgers. Gets the ball stuck under his feet, but manages to keep it alive. Cross. And it's blocked. Is that a corner? I think it might have been Tielemans who had the touch, and I think it hit the defender and then went out for I think it's gone out for a goal kick. But that whole move seemed like the ball was stuck under people's feet. Gesson did well to hold it up, but he was looking for Rodgers on the overlap, got it stuck under his feet. Then Rodgers pushes it drives it across the box. And it hit Tielemans, and then I think it hits Marlon, yeah, and goes out. A quadruple substitution for Villa. So first of all, coming off is Yuri Tielemans. So as most people predicted, into the 60th minute and the substitutions are made. Morgan Rodgers is coming off as well. So that's Tielemans, Rodgers, Marlon. So he doesn't get his hat-trick, unfortunately. And Pau Torres is coming off as well. And coming on is Konsa, Watkins, Buendia, and Barkley. So some pretty good substitutions to bring on. And yeah, no Elliott yet. But yeah, Tielemans and Marlon were fantastic. Rodgers was all over the pitch, just starting to look a little bit tired towards the end there, but totally dominating them. And it'd be nice for Buendia to get some minutes on the pitch, give him a bit of space as well to play in. Be good for Ollie to get a goal as well if he can. So it looks like Buendia is just in that attacking advanced position by Watkins. Gesson on the right-hand side. Midfield, Onana and Barkley. Buendia wins it straight back. Tries to slip a pass into Watkins when he probably should have gone on himself. Onana brings the player down. Is he going to get a yellow card here? He's not happy with the decision. Buendia won the ball straight away, but probably should have took it himself. Yeah, he got the ball first, but he did take the man. Yeah, picks up the yellow. So he just needs to watch it now because obviously we can only make one more substitute. Maybe put Garcia on and put Bogard into central midfield. Oh, he's got McGinn as well he can use as well, hasn't he? So Emery's probably thinking there. Could done without that yellow card. Young boys making substitutes here as well now. Just while we got the break, see if we've got any comments. Good evening to you, Mark. Good. Why take Marlon off? Stupid. He might be resting him. People might be right. He might be resting him for Sunday. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Arthur from Brazil. Great to have you in the chat. We have nearly 250 of you watching, which is absolutely incredible. I think last like count was 109. I'd like to see if we can get to 150 now. So please do like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It'd be amazing we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. So please do like, subscribe. I try and get through as many comments as I can as well. And yeah, thank you for joining us on the watch line. We've got people watching from all over, which is just amazing stuff. So plays restarted again. Konsa now on the pitch, gets the foul. They've made some substitutions. Sanchez has come in. It might have been a double substitution for young boys, was it? Or a triple substitution? I think maybe just two. Yeah, he's all right. Konsa, I think he's just putting his boot back on. Exchanges passes with Onana and then goes out to Lindelof, who's on the left centre-back side now. Out to Maatsen. Drops it back to Lindelof. Goes across to Ezri Konsa. Villa probably just want to get hold of the ball a little bit. There's been one or two breaks in play and just want to get a good feel for the ball. Maatsen with a bit of space down this left-hand side now. Just checks back. Rain coming down now in Birmingham. Barkley just holding off the defender. And the ref gives a free kick. Not the defender, sorry. The attacker, Sanchez. Lindelof now finds Ezri Konsa, who looks into Onana, who goes out wide to Lamar Bogard. Buendia looking to get on the ball, but he goes inside to Onana again. Out now to the right-hand side to Buendia. Just looks for Watkins, but the defender's just closed in on it. But Buendia pressing and manages to block it out for a throw-in deep inside young boy's half. But yeah, Buendia a little bit annoyed with himself about that pass, but he'll find his range. Switch of play from young boys and played it into the space well. Maatsen now just trying to press. Barkley putting pressure on. We're just not letting them out. That's the key thing today. They just can't seem to get out. End up going back all the way to the goalkeeper. and gives it away to Sancho in front of goal. Plays to Watkins. He's forced him out wide. Watkins now just looking for help. Holds it up. Finds Sancho, but Sancho gets crowded out. Villa just need to play and not try and set players up for goals. They just need to play and the goals will come. Sancho there could have carried on himself, but he tried to feed it to Watkins, ends up feeding him putting too much on the pass, and it ends up taking him too wide and it's too easy to defend. Oh, he's given a throw into Villa now because the players took too long to take the throw in. But yeah, we're obviously trying to set Maron up for his hat-trick, and now we seem intent on setting Watkins up for a goal, which is there's no need to do that yet. We just play the game. Again, we're pressing them, force them to give us the ball back, but I think it might have been Sanchez has done well to win the free kick off Lindelof there. Thank you, mate. Top man. Glad you're enjoying it. Ball through from Young Boys, but picked one again by Bogard this time, doing really well. Now Barkley driving through midfield. He's got Sancho out on the left-hand side. It's clear. Tries to set up. Why are you trying to set him up? There's three or four Young Boys defenders in there. You had a clear opportunity for a shot. Stop trying to set players up. You're in a better position to score. Barkley drove through midfield, sees Sancho out on the left-hand side, plays him in. Sancho, lovely first touch, but instead of getting his head down and hitting the shot, he tries to play a square pass to Ollie Watkins. There's three defenders already in there. Ball up the line by Bogard to Gesson. Back to Bogard. Now back to Ezri Konsa. Finds Onana in acres of space again. Out to Gesson now on the right-hand side. Oh, Sancho was running through there. Didn't see him. Buendia now to Barkley. Villa just finding spaces all over. Now Buendia. Into Watkins down that left-hand side. Drops it back to Maatsen. Maatsen now driving in and gets the free kick. This is where the spaces will open up, because even though Villa have had an 70 to 80% of possession, Young Boys have been running all over the place. They'll be absolutely shattered, and the spaces will open up. We could get more goals here if we're really sensible about the way that we're playing. Konsa now the captain. Buendia speaking to Konsa about what he wants to do with this free kick. Every time the camera pans to Austin McPhee when Villa have a free kick in a decent position. Sancho there over the free kick as well. Maatsen over it as well. I don't know if it's in the position for a shot. No, Sancho now. Down the left-hand side to Maatsen. Crosses. Oh, it wouldn't drop for anyone. Buendia on the edge of the box to Bogard. Bogard now driving forward again. Goes out wide to Gesson. And goes back to Buendia this time. Now the ball comes in the box, but slightly overhit for Konsa. Onana tries to step in. Barkley picks it up. Has the shot. Oh, just wide. Good shot from Barkley. Nicely worked free kick though. Sancho played the ball down the left-hand channel to Maatsen. Good ball in, and it just wouldn't fall to a Villa shirt. And Barkley has the shot from the edge of the box. Another two substitutions for Young Boys. Fastnacht coming off. Number 77 coming on. He looks happy to be involved in the game. And Cordova coming off. Not sure who's coming on. I haven't put the graphics up yet. Goes short again to the goalkeeper. Villa just letting him control it in his own box. Buendia now looking to press. Watkins pressing the goalkeeper, but a bit more space for young boys now to try and bring the ball out. But Buendia still pressing, and they do well to get out of this. Now they're down the right-hand side. Ball played down the channel, across, and it's a goal. Goal for Bedia. 2-1 now. Villa looking for offside, but nothing given. Nothing given right now. That's a bit of a wake-up call. That's definitely a bit of a wake-up call. Was he offside? No, not offside there. Definitely not offside. That is it. And yeah, not offside there. Good goal. Good goal. Catching Villa out with a bit of a sucker punch. The substitutions linking up well. And Villa all over the place at the back there. And it's an easy finish. Now we need to wake up a little bit. There's definitely not offside. Aston Villa 2, Young Boys 1. It is going to be it's going for a goal check, but I can't see it being offside. But this is what I was saying before. We've spent the first 10 minutes trying to set up Donny Almana for his hat-trick. We've then spent the next 10 minutes trying to set up Ollie Watkins for a goal, rather than just finishing the chances and taking the better option. And now we've put ourselves under pressure. Now we've put ourselves under pressure. Geordie's Tune for Life. Anyways, I don't know, mate. I've spoken about this. I don't know how they get away with it, mate. It's shocking. It's absolutely shocking. The VAR is still checking. I don't know. It looked clearly off. It looked clearly onside to me. Oh, Robbie says offside. Interesting. I don't know, mate. It's still on the goal check to me. The referee's got his hand to his earpiece, listening. Everyone's standing around him. He's nodding his head. He's offside. He's offside. We've got away with it. Wow. We have got away with one there. So hopefully that's a bit of a wake-up call for Villa. Wow. Very lucky, because I could not see where he was offside there. I need to see the still image of that, but Martinez now out to Lindelof. Still haven't changed the score on TNT Sports. Lindelof into Sancho to Barkley. Barkley couldn't get it out of his feet, but Maatsen does well to get in front of the defender. Plays it to Buendia. Buendia out wide to Gesson. Takes it in his stride. Poor cross. Poor cross. He's had a poor second half, Gesson, hasn't he? Really poor second half. Just keep giving it away. Switch of play now. Substitutes have added a bit of life to Young Boys, but our subs have not reacted very well. But this time, Gesson does well to get back in and tackles the player, and Martinez picks it up. But I've not been impressed with Evan Gesson this second half. Just everything he seems to do is the wrong decision. Yeah, our subs have not got to the pace of the game too well at all. Maatsen gives it away now. Ball in the box, bouncing around. Barkley manages to pick it up. Maatsen trying to bring it clear. They've gone, I think, like 4 up top. Ollie gets a free kick there on the halfway line to take a bit of pressure off. I think that was good play by Watkins, to be honest, because that was not a free kick. Oh, wow. Just offside. Yeah, in the Premier, they've been onside, yeah, especially after Sunday. Yeah, they've committed more men forward, so they're going to leave more gaps at the back. Villa just trying to take the sting out of the game, getting into the 76th minute. Konsa now bringing it forward, finds Onana. We've got no pacing behind now. We need the pacing behind. Ooh, trod on his Achilles there. Bedia. That's a poor challenge. Ooh, that's a sore one. I'll take Onana off now. He's got a yellow card. Yeah, Kamara's coming on. There we go. So no Harvey Elliott. Guess Under's a slow burner. He's more than that. I think we've just taken the sting out of the game. That's the problem. We need to pick the pace back up. Lindelof into Sancho. He's got time and space. Then he looks long for Maatsen. Maatsen puts pressure on the defender and it's out for a corner. Right, come on. Last 15 minutes. Let's start to up the pace again, Villa. It's all of the subs. It's not just Watkins. Buendia put pressure, but he's given the ball away when he's received it. Barkley can't get to the pace of the game on this time around. And I mean, it's just Watkins. Buendia short off the corner from Sancho. Plays to Maatsen, but we don't look like we want to take it too far forward. Drops it into Bogard now in the box. Has the shot, but it's blocked and cleared by Young Boys. Back to the halfway line. Maatsen picks it up. Plays it back to Martinez. Villa just getting their shape back. Konsa's at right back currently, and Bogard's at centre back at the minute. After that corner. Finds Onana. Again, we've got some space to operate in. Konsa now in the right back position still. Drops it into Onana. To Bogard. Bogard to Lindelof. Out to Maatsen. Maatsen looking for the run. Plays into Watkins. Poor touch from Watkins though, and it passes it out of play. That's terrible. Ball back to the goalkeeper for Young Boys. Goes out wide. Buendia trying to press. They get out of the press well now. They're finding space. They've stretched the pitch a little bit. But still, they end up going back to the goalkeeper. Nice bit of play between the two, but Barkley does well to hold them up, but they're still picking it up. Now they're starting to play. Ball out on the right-hand side now. Drops it, tries to play on the overlap, but Maatsen reads it well, but picks it back up, ball in on the edge of the box. Shot in, and it's hit his own player. Gesson does well to turn, and he wins the foul, but I think it was offside. But we just look a bit sluggish at the minute. Great to have you tuning in from New Zealand. Amazing stuff. Will there be one more goal in this game? It's difficult to say. I don't think so. Maatsen has been poor. I just think the subs, the first 15 minutes of the second half, we were great. And I thought it could have gone on to get more goals, but we were intent on Maron getting a hat-trick rather than just getting more goals. Then the substitutions came in and ruined the rhythm of the game a little bit. And we can't get ourselves out of that. Watkins on the left-hand side facing up the defender. Still running down the left. Holds it up. Drops it back into Sancho. Sancho now on the edge of the box. Hits the shot, but it's blocked. Back to Bogard. Bogard to Konsa. Into Kamara now. Kamara Lovely ball through to Sancho. Oh, he's got to score. Got to score there. Beautiful ball from Boubacar Kamara. Sancho tried to find the far post, but dragged it too far wide. Beautiful. Timed his run to perfection. Sets himself and just gets too much on the shot and drags it wide. But that was the potential extra goal. He's got to score, Dunk. He's not unlucky. He's got to score there. Again, putting the pressure on their defenders. They intent on trying to play it out from the back, but they've given it away time and time again. Barkley there winning it back really well. Now Buendia picks it up off Maatsen. Buendia driving forward with the ball. He's got Sancho out wide. Plays it to Sancho. Drops it into Buendia. To Barkley on the edge of the box. Finds Watkins. Back to Kamara. It's really scrappy on the edge of the box though. Need to try and find the space, but it does well. The young boys player does well to turn away from it. And now it's 1v1 at the back. Lindelof trying to hold him up, cuts inside. Konsa does well to get back though and gets the block. Villa getting a few players back now. Kamara, Bogard, and blocks the shot again. Maatsen though doesn't bring it down. Ball on the right-hand side. They're putting us under a bit of pressure here. But Maatsen does well to hold him up. Now every player for Villa's back. Sancho, though, lets him get the cross in, but Barkley picks it up. He's got time. Oh, what are we doing here? There's a few players looking a bit tired now. And all the substitutions have been made. Getting into the 82nd minute. Another substitute for young boys. Made it a little bit tricky for ourselves in this second half. The substitutions for young boys have been far more effective than the substitutions for Villa. And I do appreciate it gets to a difficult point when you're comfortable in the game. But we should have made this much more comfortable than what it is now. Long goal kick from Martinez. Picked up by the young boys defender, but he was put under pressure by Watkins, but he's managed to find the goalkeeper. Now young boys trying to drive forward with the ball. Pass onto the halfway line. Another little through ball. They've got some fast players up front now, causing us a lot of problems. Sanchez now tries to beat Maatsen, but Maatsen stands up well. He's bringing it clear. Finds Buendia, drops it into Sancho now. He's got space to run. Switches the play to Watkins in the inside right channel. Watkins in perfect position, facing up the defender. Does that little step over, hits the shot. Saved by the goalkeeper. And he goes out for a throw into Villa. Good strike. Difficult angle to score from, but you never know. You don't shoot, you don't score. Peels out to the right well. And then does his little step over. Hits the shot, but it's straight at the keeper, and the keeper just parries it. Probably could have caught it, to be honest, the keeper, but it's a throw into Villa. Poor throw in. I think Gesson gives it away. Kamara trying to win it back, but he gives a free kick. Decent free kick to give away, to be honest. Yes, we're winning. Let's get behind them. Exactly. It's 2-0. We're second in the Europa League standings. We've seen this type of game before, people. Maccabi Tel Aviv, we could have won by more. Bologna, we could have won by more. So we've seen these type of games before, people. Good pressing from Watkins, forces it out for a throw into Villa. They've tried to play out from the back so many times and they've given it away. I would hazard to say 75% of the time they've given it away. Kamara drops it back to Konsa. I just want to say thank you all for watching tonight. Nearly 300 of you in the chat, which is absolutely amazing stuff. Please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well if you're new to the channel. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. We'll be back on Sunday as well for the Wolves game. It'd be great to have you all in the chat as well for that. And some great comments as well. So thank you for your support. Can we round it off with another goal? Bogard now out to Gesond, who drops it back to Konsa. I don't think we're going to see another goal. I think we'll just see this game out, to be honest. Yeah, I think Marlon deserves the start. I think Marlon deserves it. He's looked way more threatening. He's the man in form. He's the man in confidence. We know strikers are about confidence. Good tackle by Bogard there. They've definitely pushed more players forward. Constantly looking for the free kick, but he's not. Player's not going to take the bait. Conte just holding it up in the corner. Exchanges passes with Bogard. Villa doing well. That's lovely. Now Conte's got... Oh, he gives it away, though. Looking for the free kick, but the referee's not having any of it. Potential chance to shoot for Young Boys, but he gives it away to Matson. See, again, too rushed. Matson played it into Watkins. Watkins laid a beautiful pass off to Sancho, but he tried to play him in first time and too much on the pass. Don't need to rush it. I'm pretty sure Unai will be quite annoyed with the performance since the substitutions were made. The rhythm's just not being with the players. But then, look, the substitutions that were made on Sunday were brilliant. So you can't have it. You can't work every single time. Young Boys bringing the ball forward into the Villa half. Villa just keeping an organised defensive shape. Kamara just facing up their midfielder, forcing them back. Trying a little ball down the channel, but Bogard picks it up. Finds Gesson, but Gesson gives it away. Wins it back, though, and manages to get a throw in for Villa. Thank you, Charlie. Little Sunderland branch, eh? Not too far from me. Lindelof. I'm just looking at, there's some strange comments in the chat, but I don't know. Yeah, final third has been bad in the second half. Really bad. Really bad. But getting the job done, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Top 8 qualification. Constantly giving it away now. I tell you what, Barkley has not set up into this game very well. Kamara wins it back. Barkley there just drops it back to Bogard, who finds Buendia. Buendia gives it away again. Ball back to Martinez. We just need to get the ball away from our own goal because we just seem to be sloppy. Lindelof bringing the ball clear. Sancho, sloppy on the turn, but manages to get away with it. Kamara now into Buendia. Into Sancho, who's got space to run. Now he's driving through the heart of the defence. Finds Watkins on the left-hand channel. Watkins cutting inside. Can he get a shot away? He can, but it gets blocked. He probably should have shot about a second or so before it. And that's a free kick to Young Boys. All right, who's this? Them. What does it? Put you in the timeout, mate. Yeah. Any mods in the chat, just turn them out. Sancho now. Oh, I tell you what, he's dropped off, hasn't he? Sancho. He has dropped off some of his passing. Now Barkley. Oh, Barkley looking for Watkins through the middle, but the defender just read it and slid in and got the block. Long ball now from the young boys. Defender got the wrong side of Bogard and he smashed it into the net and it's 2-1. Here we go. I don't think this one's going to get ruled out. Let's have a look. We're giving it away too easy and then we're just dropping in. We're not putting any pressure on. Ooh, I think he's offside. I think he's offside. I'm not gonna change my score. I think he's offside. Cracking finish though. It could be 2-1. I think he was offside. There's going to be 5 minutes of injury time. Yeah, I know we did. We did think they were onside earlier. Brilliant goal and lucky their first goal was offside. Yeah. Nothing confirmed yet. Still listening. I thought it looked more offside than the last one, but you never know. I don't know. No, he's given a goal. There we go. What do I know? So it's 2-1. It's 5 minutes stoppage time. Well, look, I can't say that they haven't deserved it because we've been terrible since the substitutions were made. Absolutely terrible. Can't seem to pass the ball to a Villa shirt. We've stopped the movement. Constantly giving it away there. Kamara giving it away. Just need to see this out now. We've made it really difficult for ourselves. And there's constantly giving it away. Keeper now. Look at the body language now. And that was Sancho as well. That was started from Sancho giving the ball away in the middle of the pitch. Oh, the keeper just takes it too far. Watkins almost got on the end of it. Got a block in it. Now Barkley's driving through with it. Plays it to Watkins. Oh. The less said about that, the better. Now they're on the break. But the run, mistime the run. And Lindelof can pick it up. Plays it to Maatsen. Maatsen to Sancho now. Sancho cutting across and drops it back into Buendia. Buendia to Barkley. I want to see that chance again for Watkins because Barkley played him in. The defender came across. Watkins just looks so out of sorts. It was almost falling over as the ball was coming towards him. Martinez now looks out wide to the right to Gesond. But Gesond gets the foul given against him. He's trying to block them from taking the free kick. He's been awful this second half as well. I mean, you could argue that header up in the air. Martinez comes out, doesn't pick it up. Now there's time for them to cross it. Villa just looking all at sea here, but Bogard manages to clear it. But I think it was an offside. Yeah. This is unnecessary, though. So unnecessary. Yeah, onside. So Bogard's knee was playing him on. It was a cracking finish. Yeah, it's not been good, Carrie. Some of the poor passing, some of the what I was going to say was, is it, Sancho hasn't played 90 minutes for a long time. Is it good for them to get some 90 minutes in the tank? It would have been far better had we have been 3 or 4-0 up, though, wouldn't it? That's the point. Instead of, we just needed to be more professional at the start of that second half. We were trying to put it on a plate for Maron to get a hat trick, and then when Watkins came on, we're trying to get him a goal. You just play the game. You don't try and get your teammates into certain situations, because this is what happens. Now, thankfully, we're 5 minutes now, and I think this should be it. But we made it unnecessarily difficult for ourselves. But look, I'm not going to be too negative. It was a cracking first half. Brilliant from Daniel Maron to get 2 goals. And ball to the keeper. Long kick out. Still not blown up yet. Barkley picks it up on the halfway line. Plays it into Buendia. The referee gives a free kick to Villa there. All right, Matson now. Villa just looking to see the game out. Barkley's going to take it, but Matson gets the yellow card. I tell you what, it's come to this where we're just wasting time to see the game out, and we were so comfortable when the substitutions were made, and now we're struggling to see this game out. Sancho with the ball in the corner, facing up the defender, does well. Plays it back to Barkley. Barkley chips it over to Matson. But the defender puts it out for a corner to Aston Villa. Referee's checking his watch. We're into the 7th minute of stoppage time. Obviously, there was that VAR check. We're just going to hold it in the corner, I think. Sancho's there. Plays it to Buendia. And that's it. So, satisfactory victory. Aston Villa 2, Young Boys 1. I think the work was done in the first half. Obviously, the job was done in the first half, but not a good second half in terms of performance for Villa. I think we were trying to be a little bit too clever, a little bit too cute. But we got the job done. 2-1 win. That takes us into second position as it stands in the Europa League standings. So we absolutely can't be too fussy. But I just think, the substitutions didn't pick up the pace of the game as well as we wanted them to after being in such a comfortable position at 2-0 up when we made those substitutions, to then kind of drop off and almost put ourselves into a bit of trouble in that towards the back end of that second half. Kind of invited a little bit of unnecessary pressure on us. But look, job done, 2-1 win. What can you say about that? You've just got to move on to the next one. Keep that winning run going. Brilliant for Daniel Maron to get 2 goals. Brilliant for Yuri Tillemans as well to get some minutes. He looked really sharp in that first half. And it's good for some players to get 90 minutes as well. The likes of Bogard, the likes of Sancho, the likes of Lindelof to get 90 minutes as well does them some good. I'll be doing my instant reaction, recording that very soon. Over 300 of you in the chat, which is absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for all your support. I'll be back with the live watch along on Sunday. As I say, instant reaction coming up soon. Then we've got match preview for Wolves to come. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on your way out if you haven't done already. Villa march on in the Europa League. Thank you all for watching. And as always, remember, we'll follow the Villa.